output on understanding culture, society, and politics. Question number 1. How alike are Homo habilis and Australopithecine? Homo habilis was similar to earlier Australopithecine but had a somewhat more modern head and a bigger brain. 2. How different are Homo habilis and Australopithecine with regards to cranial capacity, teeth, and bipedalism? The answer is, this species is one of the earliest members of the genus Homo, has a slightly large brain case and a smaller face and teeth than in Australopithecine. All older hominin species, but it still retains some ape-like features including long arms and a moderately progenic face. Question number 3. What is your interpretation and conclusion? A survey of paleoanthropological literature reveals that controversies raging between various discoverers of Australopithecine and habilin bones and their followers. It can also be readily demonstrated that preconception have already decided the interpretation of these bones as belonging to human ancestors, even when the contrary evidence is obvious.
Everyone, my name is Rona and Pablio, and this is my output in understanding culture, society, and politics. Question number 1. How alike are Homo habilis and Australopithecine? My answer is, Homo habilis was similar to earlier Australopithecine but had a somewhat more modern head and bigger brain. Question number 2. How different are Homo habilis and Australopithecine with regards to cranial capacity, teeth, and bipedalism? The answer is, the major difference between Australopithecine and Homo relate the brain size, hair joints, and teeth. Than the Homo, the name Australopithecine comes from a Latin word, stral, which means southern, and Greek word patikos, meaning ape. Question number 3. What is your interpretation and conclusion? My answer is, the habilis likewise have been difficult to the expert to classify as a uniform group because the evidence clearly show that they were variants of the Australopithecine and not a separate taxon within the genus Homo.
Hi everyone, my name is Reynald Nalica and this is my output in UCSP.
Question number 1. How alike are Homo habilis and Australopithecine?
Homo habilis was similar to earlier Australopithecines but had a somewhat more modern head and a bigger brain.
Question number 2. How different are Homo habilis and Australopithecine with regards to cranial capacity, teeth, and bipedalism?
The major difference between Australopithecus and Homo relate to brain size, heavier jaws, and teeth. The Australopithecus have smaller brain size, heavier jaws, and larger teeth than the Homo. The name Australopithecus comes from a Latin word austral, meaning southern, and Greek word pithekos, meaning ape.
Question number 3. What is your interpretation and conclusion?
The habilins likewise have been difficult for the expert to classify as a uniform group because the evidence clearly shows that they were variants of the Australopithecines and not a separate taxon within the genus Homo.
Question number 1. How alike are Homo habilis and Australopithecine?
Homo habilis was similar to earlier Australopithecine but had a somewhat more modern head and a bigger brain.
Question number 2. How different are Homo habilis and Australopithecine with regards to cranial capacity, teeth, and bipedalism?
This species, one of the earliest members of the genus Homo, has a slightly large brain case and smaller face and teeth than in Australopithecus or older hominin species, but it still retains some ape-like features, including long arms and a moderately pragmatic face.
Question number 3. What is your interpretation and conclusion?
The habilis likewise have been difficult for the expert to classify as a uniform group because the evidence clearly shown that they were variants of the Australopithecine and not a separate taxon within the genus Homo.
Hello everyone, this is Marlyn Ibabao and this is my output in UCSP. Question number 1. How alike are Homo habilis and Australopithecines? My answer is, Homo habilis was similar to earlier Australopithecines but had a somewhat more modern head and bigger brain. Question number 2. How different are Homo and Australopithecines with regards to cranial capacity, teeth, and vitalism? My answer is, the major difference between Australopithecines and Homo relates to brain size, heavier joints, and teeth than the Homo. The name Australopithecine comes from a Latin word "stral", which means southern, and Greek word "patercus", meaning eight. Question number 3. What is your interpretation and conclusion? My answer is, the habilis likewise have been difficult to the expert to classify as a uniform group because the evidence clearly shows that they were variants of the Australopithecines and not a separate taxon within the genus Homo.